Hey guys, welcome back. It is Sunday the 2nd of October. Sorry, get my brain working here. We're going to do a little work on the Bodycart, transitioning over from the green weenie and getting to work on smoking my dad's 55 Chevy. What have I been up to? Let's see here. Yesterday I worked on, I have a 93 ZX7 Kawasaki and one of the turn signal grommets. It's a rubber piece. Ended up here, I'll show you what they look like. So this is what the blinker looks like, and then there's a rubber grommet that goes in to the side here like this, and it ripped apart, and I ended up getting a new one for the left side of the bike, and it took about 2 months to get it. And when I went out to work on it yesterday, found out the other one was ripped as well. Just old, old rubber deteriorates over time. So we call him Buzz Lightyear. So Buzz Lightyear, that's what my students have called him, so it's stuck. Always have nicknames for our vehicles. So Buzz Lightyear is out of commission for a while. I tried to put on the new rubber insulator without taking off all the fairings, but ended up having to take off both side fairings and the front fairing. So that was yesterday's project. Rusty, still waiting on. We're saving up some money for brakes for him, get him going. And then green weenie, finishing up, was watching some YouTube videos, and I'm going to use the Eastwood 2X clear coat in the spray can. So I think that's going to give it more, because it is a 2-stage, has a catalyst in it. It's not like a regular spray bottle or rattle can. I'm going to use that on him, and then I think we're going to end up keeping him possibly. A lot of emotional connection. My dad worked on him. Just remember a lot of my dad and growing up with him, so we might end up keeping him, moving him up to Mariposa, and then at a later date down the road end up working on him again. But I'd like to at least get the hood finished up and sanded down and clear coated, and both fenders and maybe the doors before we take him. So we'll see how that works out. And then what I'm doing is I'm getting ready to get our canvas garage here that I got from Costco. Love these things, man. Gone through 3 or 4 different roofs for this thing, and it's withstand weather and everything. The problem is right here, you can see this is all dirt, and so when it rains, all the water comes down, condensates under the vehicle. So, and with Smokey, pretty much, he's down to primer, but a lot of places can rust. So before the rainy season hits, we're going to have some concrete laid down, and so that he has a place to stay. And I'm going to separate the body from the chassis, take the chassis in, and start pulling it apart, take it into the garage. We've got everything. I've done a couple videos on that. We've gotten everything suspension-wise for him. It just needs to be put together. So, and you can see here, there's all the doors have been zinc powder coated with primer, and then we need to have the car itself blasted and then powder coated zinc primer. The reason we're doing that, my father lives over on the coast, and we want to make sure that it's well protected. And so, yeah, and looking over at Montana Garage and saw he's working on his chassis, getting it put together. So getting a spark in my behind, got to get it moving. Plus I need to get everything moved out of here so we can get concrete down. So to do that is today's project. And that's this guy right here. This is the Bodycart. Bought it from Eastwood. When we bought it from Eastwood, it didn't have these shackles right here. Please excuse my primitive welding. I'm still learning how to weld, but I was able to get pretty good penetration, I think, on these, and did a little plug weld in the center here. So I put 2 of these on each side. These are the sides of it, and then this part right here, the center, I'm going to put 2 smaller latches right here and on this side as well, and then on this inside I'm going to on each side. So there'll be 4 different mounting locations or locations to strap it down, ratchet straps or whatever we want to the body cart. The only problem with these body carts is there really isn't anything like that to attach to strap it down, so you kind of have to make your own. So that's what I'm working on today. I'll come back and show you guys a little bit more as I get it completed. Alright, so I've tacked these latches in. Like I said, I'm learning how to weld, so here we go. But it looks like I got pretty good penetration down into there on both pieces of steel. That one laid down a lot better. These are the first couple. I'm trying not to let it get too hot, so I'm using the air compressor to blow it down, and then I tacked this side together. It's also, that one looked like it got really good penetration. I'm starting on the base metal and then moving my way up on these. What I'm going to do is put a plug weld in the center right there, plug weld right there, plug weld on that one, and that one I'm going to go from this one, do a couple welds, and over to this side. And I'm trying to keep it clean with my wire brush here. And so yeah, so that's what we're looking at. We've got these two, and then I'll probably put two more in here so that when this extends out the width of the car, that we have other mounting points or latch attachment points to get a hold of. And that's what we're looking at. All right, so I'll get back to it. Okay, after welding them and grinding the welds down, this is what I ended up with. So I'll use the plug weld right there in the center on each one of those. And I think that's going to be pretty darn stout. Looks like I got pretty good penetration. My welds aren't the most beautiful, look better ground down, and probably don't look that great ground down. However, they are there, they're stout, they're there, they're not going anywhere, and I'm excited to move on to the other side. So got these two here. Like I said, I'm probably going to put two on these cross shafts here. Just going to have to pull them out and see. And then the body cart will be ready for smoking, getting the body on. Okay, well here's the finished product. We are done. There's Strawberry, one of our little terriers. Okay, let's check this out here. So these are all of the extensions that go onto the body cart right here. Welding them on, they're all pretty good, ground down. Shot them with chassis black, VHT chassis black, rusty wrenches. He uses that on his frame. Works out really good, so I like to thank him. There's Strawberry. Hey, Straw. How are you? And that's what we look like on the body cart itself. So I have attachments in the front and the back now. There's the back, and then also on the sides. Those are the ones down here that I did the other day that are on. So that's it. Everything's pretty much done. Good to go. Job done. Nice to complete a job, get it checked off. Next thing is to head on over to Smokey. And thanks to Half Rod's builds, I understand now how to get the body off the chassis, so I'll be doing that. I'm not good at metal work, body and fender type work, so I'm going to be taking the both the front fenders up. They've got some body work that needs to be done to a metal work that needs to be done, so I'll be taking those to a guy that'll work on those. And yeah, so moving forward, we're getting there. Smokey, back on the Smokey project. Thanks for checking out. Oh, also, as always, I had a chance to check out Rusty Wrenches, Half Rod's builds, Montana Garage, and I found a new one, a really good station channel I just found. It's 55 TwoTen. I believe that's it. I'll include everything down below in the description so you can access their channels. Please like and subscribe to their channels. Thanks for checking this out, and keep working on your classics. And this is what we look like completely done. You can see the shackles that I attached here. Got our mounting points. All the welds have been ground down. Painted with chassis black. So now on all sides I have attachments for tie downs. So it's all done, ready to go. I wish Eastwood would have done this originally. It would have made things a lot easier. I know that this right here wouldn't have the mobility. I guess I could have, put these latches in closer, would have given me more movement. But yeah, I like what I did. I think it turned out really well. So it's going to be stable. The reason I'm doing this is I'm going to put the body on this body cart, and then I'm going to have to take it to the one of my friends that does body and fender work. And it's because the back side of Smokey over here has to have some work. I'm in the process of moving things, but the rear right here has been bent, got hit over on the side and bent over, and I don't know enough about collision repair and body or metal work to do that myself. And then I know at Dan Chuck I can buy new pieces, and I just saw, watching over at Half Rod's Builds, he just replaced this piece right here. He actually made his own, which was fantastic. I'm just not that good. And here's the deck lid that we've had powder coated. So moving forward, getting things done. The next thing is to clean out the rest of this shed area where we're going to have the concrete pad laid and get the body off the frame, off the chassis, and then get the chassis in and start working. Thanks for checking it out, guys.